Hi, I'm Roberta Williams. I am the chief reimagineer of this game, Colossal Cave, and it's a historical game that I love very much. I have a lot of passion for it. It's a historical game. It's what essentially started my career, and without it, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be a computer adventure game designer. Sierra Online probably wouldn't have been started. So I owe a lot, and I think the computer industry too owes a lot to Colossal Cave. The reason I wanted to bring it back and share it with the world. So I just wanted to show a little bit of the part of the game that is one of my favorites, and one of my favorite puzzles. So before we get started, I want to show you just a little bit here. I am playing on a PC. That is what I'm playing on, and I'm using a mouse to play. The mouse interface is very easy. It's point and click, and basically we change cursors. I do that by the right mouse button. Right now I only have 2 cursors to choose from, but there are more as you get further into the game. And then use the select button on the left mouse button to select. So now I have an eye. If I want to see something, I select from the left button.
This walkway is rather rickety.
And
I'd be careful if I were you.
Yeah, so the narrator will tell me.
You find yourself in a crude passageway.
Sort of what's going on around me. I want to turn his narration up a little bit. The way to do that is we have what we're calling a pause button, but it's your options button, and that's double clicking with the left hand mouse button. And I'm going to go to settings. You can also save a game here, load a new game, resume your game. Settings, I can control quite a bit. I can control my speed. I can control graphics, resolution, subtitles. I think I will display the subtitles. Resume. Oh, let me go back to it. Back to settings. Also languages. We're in quite a few languages here. Is that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Looks like 13 languages, which is good. We're in English right now. Say yes. Anyway, I'm going to go to sound, and I'm going to turn up the narrator. I want you to be able to hear him really well. That's my test voice, and I'm resume. So that's sort of how that works. And the final thing I want to show you is the compass at the top of the screen. You see, the way I'm moving is by moving my mouse on my mouse pad. And I can turn all the way around. I can look up. I can look down. But I want to show you that I'm facing west. You can see that on the compass. If I turn 180 degrees behind me, I'm east. And this is the passageway that I came down. So that's sort of how that works. And also in the upper left-hand corner, you see that's my score. I've already played a little bit into the game, and I have gained 54 points out of 350, the maximum score you can get. And that's another interesting thing about this game, is that it gives you points as you go along. And one of the main thing that you're trying to do is there's 15 treasures to find in this game, and you want to try to get those treasures back to the little building that you see at the very beginning of the game. But the second thing you want to try is to get as many points, and especially the 350 points, if you can. And so it's like 2 different strategies actually in how to play this game. But I'm going to go on.
You're in a secret canyon which runs east and west. It crosses over a very tight canyon 15 feet below. If you go down, you may not be able to get back up.
There's looking down. If I go down, I may not be able to get back up. Oh, maybe I better not go down there. So, because that's that tight canyon. You can go down there, down this path, but if you do, you can't get back up. But there are other things to do down there if you do. But for right now, we're not going to do that. Just look around.
This walkway is rather rickety. I'd be careful if I were you.
So I want you to notice the subtitles here. You don't have to have them. I chose to have them, as you saw, and you could choose to have them in different languages. So if you are a Spanish speaker, you can turn on the subtitles in Spanish and you can read them in Spanish, although the narrator will continue to speak in English. But I'm going to cross.
This walkway is rather rickety.
I'm going to cross
I'd be
it.
careful if I were you.
I think I want to know a little more about this. Just change my cursor.
An immense passage looms to the west.
And you can see the compass. I am facing west.
How curious. Seems to be an ancient carving of a dragon.
But I hear clanging. Do you hear the clanging? Oh, there is some movement down there. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Resume. Ah,
You see a dwarf clearing away rocks below.
I see. Clearing away rocks. Why would he be doing that? Well, let's see.
The wide steps are blocked by a mass of boulders.
Ah, okay, he's trying to clear away a pathway up
This walkway is rather rickety.
the
I'd be careful if I
wide
were you.
steps.
Careful, don't burn yourself.
Don't want to burn myself. Get too close. Okay. Well, needless to say, you can't go down these wide steps. You're blocked by boulders, and that's the way it is. But I can go in here, and we know that it's a wide passage, an immense passage, actually. So let's go on in. Oh, uh-oh.
I'll just take all this booty and hide it away with me chest deep in the maze.
Uh-oh, what booty did he take? Booty means treasure in pirate speak. I just went to my inventory, and I did that by pressing down on my mouse wheel.
Dwarfs
Well, I
act,
happen
dwarfs
to know what he
act.
just took, and I wasn't expecting him to show up. But he sort of shows up randomly if you're carrying treasure, which I was. In this slot right here, I was carrying a gold nugget. And this pirate likes treasure, and one of the things I'm trying to do is collect treasure and get it back to the
Tasty food.
little building at the beginning of the game. And but he's a pirate, and he takes treasure, and he just took this. I can get it back. I just have to go search for it. But that's another part of the game. Anyway, I didn't need it for right now, so it's not really going to hinder us at this point. But now that we're here, I might as well show you that as I said, I got here by pressing the mouse wheel in different this game is going to be coming out on all different platforms, mini platforms, and there's different ways of getting to your
Set of
inventory.
keys.
But in the case of a PC, if you're playing on PC or Mac, you do it via your mouse and the mouse wheel. So
Black
a
rod.
little bit about
Brass
the game
lantern.
on all platforms will only let you carry 7 inventory objects at a time. There are many inventory objects in this game, so you're going to have to learn to practice inventory management. You can drop objects. So let's go ahead.
Set of keys.
I've got a set of keys. When you choose it, it turns into a cursor. And that's another way to have another cursor. If you say, I want to use it, you come down, you can use it, or you can drop it, or you can
Set
put
of
it back.
set of keys.
But let's use it. Here it is. Now it's a cursor. What do I want to do with it? Do I want to do anything with it here? Well,
That is useless
it's
right
useless
now.
right now. Useless.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens if I click it there.
That is useless
Nope.
right now. There's no use for that here.
Okay, nothing seems to be working here with the keys. So let me go back to inventory.
Black little set of
When I
keys.
go back to inventory, it goes back to its place. I could
Set of keys.
try to drop them though and say, well, I don't really need them. Just dropped them. But maybe I might want them. So now I can do my right hand cursor or right hand button, and it goes between several cursors now. I could look at them.
There are some keys on the ground here.
I can get them, which I just did. Go back to inventory. There they are.
Set of keys.
But let's move on. Let's go on in. Sorry about my dogs. Might hear them barking in the background. Where are we? Look around.
These engravings are beautiful and enigmatic. You briefly wonder who created them.
I do briefly wonder who created them, but what's over here?
Watch out! A huge dragon snoozes atop a beautiful Persian rug.
A beautiful Persian rug. Remember I told you about treasures and that the pirate already came and took my gold nugget. That unfortunately you didn't get able to see, but it was there. And he seems to be sleeping.
The dragon is sprawled out on a Persian rug.
Wonder if I could sneak past him around the edge.
The dragon looks rather nasty. You'd best not try to get by.
Oh, I can't get by. Woke him up.
A huge, green, fierce dragon bars the
I
way.
think I'm gonna back up a little bit, but I'm interested in that.
There is a Persian rug here.
I do want that. If I can get close enough to get it. Now, see, I have to have a hand.
There is a Persian rug here.
I'm gonna ask my husband sitting here to go and maybe quiet the dogs. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't want to get in anybody's way. So anyway, I could try getting past here, but the game will not let me. The dragon will not let me. Get a little closer. I got hand. Maybe I can get...
You can't get close enough to take it.
Nope, can't get it. Can't get it. So, well, somehow I need
Set of
to
keys.
either get past the
Little
dragon
bird in a set of keys.
or
Dwarf,
kill the
black,
dragon
dwarf.
or something.
Tasty food.
Maybe he wants food. Now I selected the food. I can use the food somewhere. I can eat it myself. I could drop it. But in this case, let's try to use it. Now, notice how now I have the cursor. And I'm going to do some cursor movement now. Back to my right mouse button. I can have a hand available now as a cursor. Try to do something. Notice it glows if I put it on something where it might be useful. Over here, a hand may not be useful.
There's nothing to do with it
Yeah,
here.
not over there. I can try walking over there. I could try looking over there.
You are in a secret canyon that exits to the north and the east.
And I've got my inventory item cursor. So now I've got 4 cursors that I can cycle between. And if there's anything interesting to be done anywhere, the cursors will glow. It'll give you a little bit more idea of what you can do and where. But I'm going to see if he's interested in food. Now with my left button, I select.
There's nothing here it wants to eat. Except perhaps you.
Well, that didn't work very well.
Dwarf's axe.
Should I try to use an axe on him? Now see, if I click an axe over here,
Nothing happens.
nothing happens. But if I click it here, let's see.
The little axe bounces harmlessly off the dragon's thick scales.
Yeah, well, he's got thick scales. Well, there it is. I'll just get it again. So I have it back again.
Dwarf's axe.
That didn't seem to work.
Black rod.
Well, the black rod, it looks like it might be magical. Let's see.
The dragon doesn't seem to be interested in that.
No, and it doesn't seem to do anything with him.
Tasty brass lantern.
Let's
Little
see.
bird in a brass
While we're here,
dwarf's
I'm going to show you
axe.
the map. In our game, at the very beginning of the game, when you start a new game, you can choose whether to have the game map the cave for you, to map the world. Historically, when people used to have to play this game, Colossal Cave, as a text-based game, you had to map it yourself with a piece of paper and a pen and map your way through. But we decided to offer mapping for you, and you can choose
Set
to
of
do it
keys.
or not. And
Set
this
of
is where your
keys.
map is. So if we click on it, you can see I'm in the secret canyon. This is where we are right now. And you see this green glow around this portion. That is us. This shows where we are. This thing that you see on top, that is the Persian rug. And the reason why you see it here is because it's important. And I have noticed it. When I looked at it, it told you it's there, and now the map is telling you it's there. The reason it's rolled up here, but it's not in the game, is because I haven't gotten it yet in the game, but when you get it in inventory, it will look like this. But it's just telling you now where it is. And if I left this room and didn't get it, it will remain there to remind me this is where I saw it. So, resume. But I can't get it.
You can't get
Because
close
I
enough
can't
to
get
take
close
it.
enough to take it. I have to deal with this dragon. At this point, I'm going to call a spoiler alert, because I'm going to show you how to get past the dragon, how to solve this puzzle, if you will. I've tried different items, and nothing seemed to work. I have another way. Well, no, actually, I want to show you one other thing. I do have a little bird
in a cage.
in a cage. Maybe that might work. You know, I could click on it here. I'm going to try something else.
Little bird in a
It's
cage.
drop.
Dropping things you're carrying
Yeah,
requires a nice wide,
let
flat
me drop here.
little bird
That's
in a
okay.
cage.
I'll just use it.
The little bird attacks the green dragon, and in an astounding flurry, gets burnt to a cinder. The
Well,
ashes blow away.
I think that I just killed the little bird. That didn't work, and now I do not have the
dwarf's
little bird
axe.
anymore.
Brass lantern.
Well,
Black
that
rod.
can happen. Sometimes, things that...